Hi all YouTubers, I'm just uploading this video. It's a quick video about the program called Charmed. I've been watching that program for many years. I've enjoyed watching it, and from the whole series, from series 1 through to series 8. Series 1 started off with Phoebe being the main character in Charmed, as she was always getting into trouble in that. So she decided to go, to New York after their grands died because, before their grands died, Phoebe, Piper, and Prue were staying in the manor, which is in San Francisco, with their gran, because their mum, Paddy, that's her name, was killed by a water demon. So they were staying with their gran when their mum died. And Phoebe was always the one getting into trouble, nicking stuff from shops, going out with random people and lots of different stuff. So when their grands died, she actually took a heart attack and fell down the stairs. After the funeral, Phoebe decided to go to New York as she felt that San Francisco didn't have a lot to offer her, so she went to New York to see what New York had to offer her, and left Prue and Piper running the manor on their own. But before she went to New York, Prue and Piper actually had their own apartments. Prue was working in Buckland's auction house, and Piper was working in Quake, a restaurant come bar. And their grands took out, so they had to move back to stay with their gran. Plus, they wanted to stay in the manor as because it had history behind it. So after the grands died, Phoebe moved to New York to see what that had to offer it. So on series 1, it's series 1 episode 1, you see Piper and Prue talking about Jeremy, talking about Piper's boyfriend that she was going out with called Jeremy, how he sent her over some wine for a special recipe that Piper had to do the next day for her boss if she wanted to get the job as head chef. So little did Prue know that Piper had been speaking to Prue about let me refrain that, had been speaking to Phoebe to say that she was coming home. There's a lot of names with P's in it. So when she finally told Prue that Phoebe was on her way back from New York, Prue didn't take it very well and was rather kind of upset with it that she never got told. As the weather was getting thundery and the rain was coming down, they were that busy talking about Phoebe, Prue and Piper were, that Phoebe walked in the door. Phoebe goes up to her room, and later on, Phoebe and Piper are playing with a spirit board that said on the back of it, "The power of 3 will set you free." will set you free. They never knew what that inscription meant. As Piper went to the kitchen to try and get some more popcorn, Phoebe turned round and said, "Look, the pointer of the spirit board is moving." And Piper turned round and said, Phoebe turned to Piper and said, "Did you see the pointer of the spirit board moving?" And Piper was like, "Yeah, I kinda." And then Prue comes in and says, "Oh, that'll be Phoebe's doing it, moving it with her hands and that." And Phoebe showed them that it actually she didn't move it. And then it moved again. So Phoebe got out something to write on, and she followed the letters that it was going on to, and it spelt the word attic. Now, Prue and Piper tried to tell Phoebe that the attic was locked, and it had been locked since they came to the house, and no one could get into it. But Phoebe, being Phoebe, wanting to be mysterious, had to investigate it. So as the lightning and thunder was getting louder, the electricity cut off. So Phoebe took a flashlight and said, "Well, if yous are not going to check out the attic, then I will go up and check it." So she goes up to the attic and she tries the door, but it's locked. As she's about to turn and go down the stairs, the attic door opens. It opens on its own. So she walks in and she sees all this mysterious stuff in the house, in the attic, and she's wondering what it is. Then a light hits his chest. She goes across to the chest and she opens up to a book which is known as the Book of Shadows. It's a green book with the Taekwondo symbol on the front of it. She opens the book, well, in fact, she blows the book because it's a bit dusty. Then she opens the book and she reads out an incantation, which I'm pretty sure goes, we call the ancient power, or something like that. We call the witch's power, give us the power of the witches, or something. I can't actually remember how it went, but when I do, I'll post another video reading out all the spells from the series. So she reads that spell, and the spell gives the sisters powers. It gives Prue the power to move, Phoebe the power for premonition, and Piper the power to freeze. Now, they don't know that they've got these powers until later on, when Phoebe starts digging around the book and saying that they had an ancestor called Melinda Warren, who was the first person to start off the line of the Charmed, till it became Charmed. And it's only later on when they have to vanquish a demon, I think his name was Jeremy, yes. They had to vanquish a demon called Jeremy that Piper was seeing, that they realised that there may be something potential here, that they may be witches. So that's Series 1, Episode 1, and it's called The Wicca Witch Way or something. I'm not really familiar. I have seen all the episodes, it's just that I haven't seen it for a while, so I'm going to get back into it, get more info about it so I can post more videos so you can see what their video is. They also had a dad called Victor, but he left quite a while when they were wee, so Prue doesn't really like talking much about him. But I will be posting more about the actors and about the people that came into it, like Leo the White Lighter, that Piper married and had a son, Chris and Wyatt, and then there was Cole Turner that Phoebe went with, and she had to end up vanquishing him at the end because he tried to help vanquish the Source and ended up the Source took over him, and the only way to ease him out the pain that he was in was to vanquish him. And then Prue dies in the end of Series 3 by Shax the Demon, and then by the beginning of Series 4 we find out that they had another sister, that their mum had went with a white lighter called Sam, and she had a child, and she called it Paige, and she had to give Paige up because having a baby or going with a white lighter was not an option in her time. So we find out about Paige having the power to orb, and how she has the power to, if she wants something, she just calls for it and she gets it in her hand. And then Paige meets a guy at the very end, I think it's Series 8, which I'll find out more about what his name is. And, there's been a lot of episodes, and after the Series 8 finished, they done what was called a magazine, which is called the Charm Magazine, which was you could get at your newsagent or online, where it tell you everything about the show, the writers, the producers, and all the things magical about the show. And they had this DVD, which this one here is called Charmed. This is one of the DVDs that I've got, and it's the complete DVD collection, which I don't have the whole collection because I stopped buying because I had a bit of money problem. But it's the one I've got here is Series 1, which is, it says on it, Episode 7, The Fourth Sister. Now that was the one where Callie, a demon that was in a mirror, that was making this lassie that was an outsider, she was on her own, to do things because she wanted to be part of her family because her mum was in rehab and that. She thought that this demon, this lassie that with curly blonde hair, would help her find a family, which she did. She helped her find the charmed ones, but little did this lassie know that she was just using her so she could get to the charmed ones, Halliwell's Book of Shadows, because she said that was the one that held the power to all things that she could. And then Also on this DVD, we have episode 8, The Truth is out there and it hurts. That's the one where Prue was frowning upon whether she should tell Andy about she was a witch or should she not. So she cast a spell on him to see how he would take it, the truth spell. And well, in fact, it tells you on the back. It says, I'll read it out from the back. It says, the fourth sister, Phoebe finds she's made a friend with Avril. Avril Selassie returns the Halliwell sisters' missing cat. The missing cat was a cat was like a Siamese cat with the symbol of what was on the Book of Shadows. But the troubled teen is actually under the influence of an evil sorcerer. Then it's the truth is out there and it hurts. When Phoebe investigates a stubborn premonition, Prue decides to come clean to Andy about her real identity, but how will he react? And she does cast a spell, but he doesn't react as the way she wanted. And she only gave him about a minute. And then when the spell ended, and he couldn't remember what she said, she decided not to tell him because she thought, well, he wasn't ready. And then you've got The Witch is Back, which is episode 9. The charmed ones call on their ancestor, Melinda Warren. Now, Melinda Warren was the whole person that started off the witch's line, which ended up becoming, at the end here, the charmed ones. And it says, to help them defeat a powerful warlock. Now, the warlock trying to kill Melinda, and Prue learns that her boss at the auction house may not be up to good. Now, Prue's working at the Buckland auction house, and her boss and his partner are actual demons trying to take over so they could get close to the charmed ones, which I'll be talking more about that in more videos. And once I've scoured the internet on my knowledge of different things with charmed, I will be posting more videos about them to let yous know, more about the programme. So that's all I've got to say about Charmed at the moment. Charmed is still on telly. You can catch it on Sky 11. That it used to be called Living TV, but it's actually called Sky 11. Between 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. Or on Plus One a bit later. You just check it. It's usually on every day. And it's usually different episodes from series 1, 2, 3, 4, right up to when Prue died, and then right up to when Paige joined in. So, it is good to watch because, I've seen every episode and I still watch them because I find them fun and it's a bit different, So I'll be putting up more videos probably in the next couple of days, more about Charmed and different things. Any questions you've got, I will post up my email address that you can email me, so you can ask me any questions, or if there's any particular video that you want me to do on a particular subject, just email me and I'll see what I can do. Right, bye. Oh, and I just want to say one thing. Thanks all for watching, and if you could please be kind enough to subscribe to my channel, because if you subscribe to my channel, that's when you'll know I've uploaded new videos. Thank you. Bye.